Good morning students of class 7. Today we will continue with the chapter which we had started in the previous class, that is verbs. Okay. So let us continue with the chapter verbs. Today we will start with the topic verbs of incomplete predication. We will start with verbs of incomplete predication. Now we had done transitive and intransitive verb in the previous class, right? Previous class we have done transitive and intransitive. Now today's class we will start with verbs of incomplete predication. Well, what are verbs of incomplete predication? Sometimes a verb does not require an object to complete its meaning, but rather some words are required to complete the sentence. Okay. Those words are not the object of the verb, but rather they complement the verb in order to complete the sentence. Such words are called complement of the verb, and verbs which need a word or words to complete its meaning word or group of words to complete its meaning are called or is called verbs of incomplete predication. Okay. So, a word or a group of words is required by the verb to complete its meaning, and such verbs are called verbs of incomplete predication. Let us see a few examples. Okay, let us see a few examples. The sun shone brightly. Then the day was windy. In these two sentences, what are the verbs? In the first sentence, shone is the verb. In the second sentence, was is the verb. Transitive and intransitive you have understood. Requires an object, does not require an object. Now, in cases of intransitive verbs, for transitive we won't be talking about verbs of incomplete predication, but in case of intransitive verbs, sometimes they need some other words to complete the meaning of the sentence. Okay. Intransitive verbs just cannot exist by themselves. They need some other words to complete their meaning. For those cases, we call those verbs of incomplete predication. Verbs of incomplete predication are mostly intransitive verbs. Okay. Transitive and intransitive you have understood. Requires an object, does not require an object. In case of intransitive verbs, when object is not required, but rather a word or a group of words is required to complete the meaning of the sentence, then we say those verbs are verbs of incomplete predication. Incomplete predication, you know the two parts of a sentence are subject and predicate, right? So, predication means the last part of the sentence towards the end, can't see but can hear. Adjective, sometimes adjective is required. These things are adverbs. It can be anything. Okay, it can be anything as long as it is not the object of the verb. Any kind of words or group of words might be used to complete the meaning of the sentence, but those words are not the object of the verb. Then only we will say that this part is the complement part of the verb. Complement of verb. That is something which helps to complete the sense of the verb. Adjective. It is not an adjective. It is an adverb. Brightly and windy. Windy is an adjective. How was the day? It was a windy day. Okay, not object means which part of object means a noun towards which the action of the verb is indicated. Okay, but object, not an object but any other words. I can give you some examples from the book itself. Right? The story was interesting and unpredictable. Now look at the verb was. Do you think the verb has an action? The was verb, the be verb, which is actually mostly a auxiliary verb, but in this sentence it has started. What happened means? Can't you see? Can you hear and can you see properly? Individually, if you have some problems, it must be because of your network error. Okay, so listen. Suppose this sentence is there, the story was interesting and unpredictable. Now this is a verb, it is not a transitive verb because be verbs are not transitive. It is an intransitive verb. It does not require an object to complete its meaning. Do you think the action of was can be directed towards something like if I say he hit the ball? He hit the ball. This is a transitive verb because the action of the verb is directed towards a noun which we call the object. Okay. So the action of the verb is directed towards the object of the sentence. Here was is not telling any kind of action, but it is telling you the condition of or the means how the story was, it is telling you. The condition of the verb, the condition of the subject is being shown, or position, that is what is the manner in which the story appealed to the people. Okay, it is not an action as such, but rather it is a statement of facts. Now the story was interesting and unpredictable. Here was verb cannot exist by itself. Can I say the story was? No, I cannot say. Right. So it requires some words to complete its meaning. So this verb becomes a verb of incomplete predication. This verb becomes a verb of incomplete predication. Interesting and unpredictable are both adjectives which tells us something more about the story, and it completes the meaning of the verb, and so complement of the verb because it is used to complete the sense of the verb. If you say the story was, it seems as if the verb is not completed. That means the sense of the verb having something or showing something is not completed, and so it is called the complement of the verb, something which is added to the verb. Okay, something which is added to complete the sentence. Complement means something which is added to make a whole, right? You have read about complementary angle in mathematics, right? So something which is added to, it is not called object. No, it is not called object. Object is something else, and objects are nouns. Okay, nouns towards which the action is directed. Like if I say, now don't think Shoikat what happened, don't show any memes. If I say he hit the ball, the action of the ball is directed towards this. That means hit is actually an action which happens, and the action directly goes towards this person, this ball. Okay, but if I say he was talking, this whole thing is the verb, and it is an intransitive verb because it does not require any object to complete its meaning. Okay, it is simply an intransitive verb. It is not a verb of incomplete predication, but just an intransitive verb. If this is the story was interesting and unpredictable, is actually a verb of incomplete predication. Okay. No, interesting and unpredictable tells us something about the story. It's not an object. First of all, object has to be a noun. Okay. Okay. Any more questions? The same question I have already explained. Intransitive and yes, these two sentences you can understand from these two sentences. If I say he was talking, it is a simple intransitive sentence containing an intransitive verb. If I say the story was interesting, or if I say some other example, take any example from your book. The bus moved very fast. Moved is an intransitive verb. Okay. If I use the same, this is an intransitive verb, but it requires some words to complete the meaning. If it requires some words to complete its meaning, it becomes verbs of incomplete predication. Now sometimes they are overlapping. They can overlap. That means one verb which is a verb of incomplete predication in one sentence can be a verb, intransitive verb in another sentence. Okay, like suppose if I say she smiled. Simple. She smiled half-heartedly. Okay. So, in the first sentence, she smiled, if I say, it is completing the meaning. It is an intransitive verb. In the second sentence, if I say she smiled half-heartedly, in this sentence this is a verb of incomplete predication because it requires a complement. But in this sentence it is simply an intransitive verb. So they can overlap. Okay, the same word which is intransitive in one sentence can become a verb of incomplete predication. Now normally these verbs are also, if I say if I give you two sentences and tell you which is the transitive and which is the half-heartedly, means not from her inner, that means she was reluctant to smile, so she smiled half-heartedly. It was not fully from her heart she was smiling. She was smiling probably just to show that she is smiling, but she did not smile from her own self. Okay, now let me give you two examples. Say, she caught the ball. Okay, she caught the ball. She slept peacefully. If the question comes, identify transitive or intransitive, if the question comes to identify transitive or intransitive, in the first sentence we say this is the transitive verb. Simple reason, because it's a verb which requires an object. In the second sentence we will say this is an intransitive verb. Even though some words are required to complete its meaning, and even though it is a verb of incomplete predication, it is first an intransitive verb. It is first and always an intransitive verb because it does not require an object. Come back to the basics. The basic definition is that it does not require an object to complete its meaning, and so it is an intransitive verb. Also along with that, it is a verb of incomplete predication because it requires some words to complete its meaning. Okay, so the basic two things are transitive and intransitive. Under intransitive, sometimes intransitive verbs can exist just by itself along with the subject, or sometimes it can add some different words. Okay, those words are called verbs of incomplete predication. That is a specific division of intransitive verb. But first of all, first and foremost, this is an intransitive verb. Okay. I think I have explained in a big manner and a lot of time has gone for that, but it's not a problem. You have to fix up whatever doubts you have. Okay. So come to exercise C, complete the exercise. It's very simple. You have to just pick up the words from the bracket and put it in the proper position. Thank you, Nandini. At least one student has understood. All intransitive verbs are incomplete prediction. No, not all. Sometimes intransitive verbs can work along with them. That means just the verb can occur. Okay. Like see, actually all verbs of incomplete predication are intransitive. That means let me give you a Venn diagram. Do you know about sets and Venn diagrams? So suppose this is the universal set verb. Okay, and underneath that there is transitive and there is intransitive. Now under intransitive there is verbs of incomplete predication. Okay, now understood? Under intransitive there will be verbs of incomplete predication, and transitive is a different type, intransitive is a different type, both are parts of verb, and under intransitive some verbs are there which are verbs of incomplete predication. It's better to show it in a diagram than explain it in words. Okay, did you get it, Antik? Very good, thank you. Now come to exercise C. Exercise C is very simple. You have to complete, you do it on your own, then you will match your answers with me. Okay. Do it on your own, then you can match your answers with me. Exercise C, just have to complete the sentences using the words which are given. Number 1, he was dash. Number 2, the ship sailed dash. Now certain words are there which can come in more than one places. Like if you say he was a brave boy, it is correct. If you say he was a dynamic leader, that is also correct. Okay. So it's better that you complete it on your own. Complete it on your own. The sea was rough, and number 1, brave boy is correct. If you write a dynamic leader, then is also correct. Okay. So you do it as homework. Do it right now, but you can submit it to me in the portal when I put up the assignment. Let me just tell you something. Let me just discuss the answers with you. Number 2, the ship sailed. The ship sailed slowly against the direction of the wind. The ship sailed slowly against the direction. The time is over. The sea raged furiously. Confusing questions. I am just writing the confusing questions. Some questions are very easy. You can do it on your own. Number 2. See, number 2 will be the ship sailed slowly against the direction of the wind. Okay. Number 3, the peanuts were roasted well. Number 4, the plants were lush green. Number 5, the domestic help is, you can say, calm and composed, you can say. Okay. Calm and composed you can write. Number 6, the match was interesting but unpredictable. Sick is given. Yes, correct. You can write sick. That is the better option. The domestic help is sick. Number 2, slowly. Number 5, yes, is sick is better. It sounds better. I have not seen this word. Number 6, the match was interesting but unpredictable. Number 7, the sea was rough. Number 8, Rohan was, you can say, a dynamic leader, or you can say a brave boy. Both are correct. Number 9, Rashi was relaxed, calm and composed. Okay. Number 10, the sea raged furiously. The sea raged furiously. Yes. Number 9, that will be calm and composed, because you see, Suman, because you see, number 9, it is already indicated that Rashi was relaxed, calm and composed. Okay. Along with relaxed, you cannot write rough or furiously. Okay. Good, Nandini. Okay. Thank you, students, for today's class. If you have written something else, I will check it. Let me put up the assignment in the e-portal. I think the e-portal has started working properly.